All right, welcome. This is Nuke Marine presenting Let's Read Japanese, course series for the reading of Japanese text alongside its audio counterpart. Today's video is going to be Hanzawa Naoki, Episode 3, Part 3. Yeah, so this episode was in 3 parts, roughly about 18 minutes each of video, and then come about 50 minutes of, actual video for the YouTube upload. But anyway, so this episode is basically they're investigating the financial loan department, and essentially trying to look for every bad loan. They're looking at every bad loan the bank has had, even though 70% of the loans have proved profitable for the bank. They're looking at the 30% where it didn't go well. But overall, they perform good as far as the loans are concerned. Even a bad loan doesn't mean like it's 100% loss. It just means though it may end up costing the bank more than they had given out. So again, it was a loss, but it wasn't like the extreme loss of $5 million. It's to what amount? And then it looks like somebody's been removing documents or hiding documents, so they need to find out who that is and whatnot. And then of course we saw that the wife was getting interest, talking to the branch manager's wife as well, about what family life is like. He seems like a nice person, but again, there's a difference between what he's got to do at home and what he's doing at the bank, and that's real life. That does happen. And sometimes spouses seem to be cut from the same cloth as the other spouse, and others seem to be completely different. It just depends what type of what you get. Everybody's different, if you will. It's a good story. Anyway, let's get into it. So for those of you on YouTube, if you enjoy this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment, because feedback's always welcome. If you like the series that I'm doing, you'd like to see more like it, you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And this is all part of the Let's Learn Japanese project. So if you appreciate what I'm doing to help the Japanese learning community in the weird and wacky ways that I do it, and you'd like to support that in some way, one method of support is via the Patreon. So the link to that is in the description. There's also links to the community Discord and the Let's Learn Japanese website that Otaku Dave put together. And lastly is that last link in there is to the Patreon also, but it's for those if you want to arrange for talking to me in person. I'm sorry, not in person. Talk to me face to face. Zoom, Skype, Discord. There you go. It could be about anything. Usually, it's about one-on-one, setting up Anki or walking through the steps, or maybe redirecting, giving some advice, or helping with the resources that I talk about. Whatever. Okay. With that said, we can get started. I'm looking this to take about 50-ish. So right now it's showing on the live. I've been live streaming for like 2 hours, for like almost 3 hours right now. But on the live stream number here, it's like 10 minutes, because the stream got cut off, on and off. If there's a break in the stream, if I'm noticing that, what I'll do is I'll upload the video. I'm recording the video as well, so I'll upload that if it turns out that there is a break. But right now everything looks to be going well. So anyway, time will tell. All right, let's do it. 36, here we go.
おはようございます。
おはようございます。
おはようございます。川村さん、
はい。
菅川運輸当座預金の残高調べて。
はい。
中西。
That's unusual. Okay.
中西。
課長、
そろそろ始まるぞ検討会。遅れるとまたどやされるぞ。
課長。
Let me see. どやされる。
どやされるぞ。遅れるとまたどやされるぞ。
課長、実は
今日の検討会、何としても乗り切ろう。心配するな。自分の身くらい自分で守る。何があったのかは全部済んだ後、笑い話として聞かせてもらう。
By the way, that was a nice view of Osaka.
下級士どうぞ。おい中西。
はい。これは
さあ時間だ。
裁量臨転、最終点灯会。
昨日は
Let me make sure about the Aida.
昨日はずいぶん遅くまで粘ったみたいじゃないか。
悪あがきですよ。
付け焼き場で乗り切るほど
悪あがき。
甘くない。遅くまで粘ったみたいじゃないか。
悪あがきですよ。
付け焼き場で乗り切るほど甘くないぞ。
すき焼き場。すけ焼き場。
手柔ら
ないか。
悪あがきですよ。
付け焼き場で乗り切るほど甘くないぞ。
お手柔らかに。
この裁量臨転最終検討会においてこの裁量臨転最終検討会において大阪西支店有志課は前日までの失態を挽回しなければ課長である
挽回。挽回。
半有志課は前日までの失態を挽回しなければ課長である半沢の出向が決まってしまう。それを阻止するために用意周到に準備し迎え
用意周到。用意周到。用意周到。
たがそれを阻止するために用意周到に準備し迎えたが昨日の半沢の態度が引き金となり
引き金。
昨日の半沢の態度が引き金となり
なぜ隣とThere we go. Triggered it. Okay. Okay. 引き金となり。
場の昨日の半沢の態度が引き金となり場の空気は完全に小木曽灰田に賛同する方向へ傾いていった。
みなしえ。
完全に小木曽灰田に賛同する方向へ傾いていった。完全に小木曽灰田に賛同する方向へ傾いていった。この東芝しました。
これだな。高い。いや、次は俺だな。高橋鉄工の担当は。
鉄鋼 right? 秋石鉄鋼。
私
じゃ次は俺だな。高橋鉄子の担当は
私です。
有志課長自ら。
何分融資額が大きいので特に気をつけ
何分
ている私です。
有志課長自ら。
何分融資額が大きいので特に気をつけている相手です。
その特に気をつけている会社が融資実行以来4年連続赤字じゃないか。
ご心配には及びません。この3年間の成果が実り、今期は黒字になる見込みです。
また独断か。
には及びません。この3年間の成果が実り、今期は黒字になる見込みです。
また独断か。
独断ではありません。度重なるヒアリングによって業績予想と人員整理の状況を加味した上での判断
ヒ
です。
アリングだったらその議事録はどこ。
予想と人員整理独断ではありません。度重なるヒアリングによって業績予想と人員整理の状況を加味した上での判断
ヒ
です。
アリングだったらその
業績予想と人員整理の状況を加味した上での判断
ヒ
です。
アリングだったらその議事録はどこにあるんだ。
ファイルの中にあるはずですが。
どこにもないじゃないか。
いえ、そんなはずは。
またかね、半沢課長。いい加減にしてくれないか。
私は確かに保管しておきました。
ないものはないんだよ。
よく探してみてください。
ないって言ってんだろ。
Oh, let's watch that again.
よく探してみてください。
ないって言ってんだろ。
Damn. I don't know if that actually hit him or not, but that was. I can't see that.
まあないんだよ。
よく探してみてください。
ないって言ってんだろ。そんなに言うんで自分で探してみろ。
さっさとしたまえ。時間の無駄
Oh.
だ。
ありませんね。
ふざけるな。
おかしいですね。今朝はあったんですが。
おい、今朝ってどういうことだよ。
どうも初日から資料がいくつか紛失しているようなので。
紛失。
どのファイル、どうも初日から資料がいくつか紛失しているようなので、どのファイルに何の資料が備え付けられているのかを全部まとめたんですよ。夜中の1時までかかりましたがね。
お前らそれで。
高石鉄鋼の議事録が存在することはこのリストが証明してる。なのに今ないということは、あんたたちこそどういう管理をしてるんですか。
我々がなくしたっていうのか。
引き捨てならんね。
こんな侮辱初めてだよ。
浅野支店長、これ
I know it's like a bad display. Insult. 侮辱。
いくら
なくしたっていうのか。
引き捨てならんね。どういう管理をしてるんですか。
我々がなくしたっていうのか。
引き捨てならんね。
こんな侮辱初めてだよ。
浅野支店長、これはいくらなんでもあんまりだ。この融資課長は問題がありすぎますよ。
半沢君、これ以上見苦しい真似をして支店の名に泥を塗るのはやめたまえ。
聞いてるのか、半沢。いい加減に自分の非を認めろと言ってるんだ。そんなデタラメなリストを当てになるものか。
そう言うと思いましたよ。柿内。
はい。
長官と一緒 念のため今日の朝刊と一緒に早朝に移しておきました。
Ah, basically, I like that. Like they're doing, like when you do the Hostage video, you got to hold up the day's newspaper, so at least you know that video was taken today. You can't say, oh, I took pictures of it and then it's not there. So you're trying to prove, like, yeah, they.
紛失した議事録もちゃんと写ってる。
So very smart there. Now that could be fake now, you know, but back then that's much harder to fake. But yeah, it's pretty good evidence. Still pretty good evidence.
これらました。紛失した議事録もちゃんと写ってる。これらのしておきました。紛失した議事録もちゃんと写ってる。これらの資料が今朝までは確実に存在していた何よりの証拠でしょうが。
だからって我々を疑うのはどうなんだよ。
そうですね。私もあなた方を信じたい。ですから今この場で全員の持ち物を改めさせてください。
何バカなこと言ってんだよ。そんなことしてもし何も出てこなかったら君はただじゃ済まされないぞ。
覚悟の上です。
実に不愉快だ。君の横暴に付き合うつもりはないよ。
Okay. Oh yeah.
の上です。
実に不愉快だ。君の横暴に付き合うつもりはないよ。
Obo. Oh yeah, obo again. Obo. That was the word obo was used by the Higashida, acting like he was the party being wronged.
ただじゃ済まされないぞ。
覚悟の上です。
実に不愉快だ。君の横暴に付き合うつもりはないよ。
全くです。なんという言いがかりだ。いい加減にしろよ、半沢。そうだ、泊君の言う通りだ。ここまで侮辱されて黙ってられるか。さあ皆さん、潔白を証明するためにもカバンの中身を見せてやりましょう。
Okay, let's see right there. Kitpaku. I know it's like cleanly it's being cleared. Yeah, innocence. Prove one innocence. Kitpaku.
潔白を証明さあ皆さん、潔白を証明するためにもカバンの中身を見せてやりましょう。やましいところがなければ何の問題もない。覚悟しろよ、半沢。
上等だ。ではお一人ずつ拝見させていただきましょうか。ありません。
ありません。
すみませんでした。
失礼しました。
では灰田検査役お願いします。
失礼します。
失礼します。どうしました？灰田。角田さん。
失礼します。
Oh, now there, it looks bad. The idea, because you're forcing a search, it's not really consent. But we're not talking about legal matters. This is about internal banking policy. So this could be completely different. But they couldn't then be able to maybe take this. They probably won't be able to take this to like the court of law if this came into a crime. If he's shown as being committed a crime, I don't know how that works. Because again, they're not the law. They're not government officials or anything. This is all internal. Now that's kind of rude. Just, I know it's kind of funny there because you're being an asshole, but it's like, you know, hey, look, just obviously he felt embarrassed about the contents of his briefcase, but it had nothing to do with the illegalities. You should be take that into consideration because he is, you know, and maybe if he hadn't been an asshole about it would have been like he could have looked and said, okay, that it's obviously not the magazine, so I won't look at that and keep going. Yeah, that was all.
まさか裁量臨展の最中にこんなことをなさっていたとは、随分といいご趣味をしていらっしゃる。ありません。ですがご安心ください。これであなたの潔白は証明された。さあ、残るは小木曽次長、 カバンを見せていただきたい。
いや、これは
失礼します。
潔白を証明するために見せてやりましょうよね、お木曽さん。貴様、ほら調べろよ。
失礼します。新聞、文庫本、タバコ、携帯、
あ、
それに林本工業、津村石膏、高石鉄工のヒアリング議事録。どういうことか説明してもらおうじゃありませんか、おぎそ
下手な小細工はやめてくれよ。
小細工。petty tricks. Okay. 小細工。
下手な小細工はやめてくれよ。誰だ、カバンに入れたの。お前か、お前か。休憩中に入れたのか。休憩中か。お前らグルになって俺をはめようとしてんだろ。
グルにな。Okay, conspire.
入れたのか。休憩中か。お前らグルになって俺をはめようとしてんだろ。どうしても私のせいにしたいなら証拠を見せろよ、証拠を。
今さらそんな言い分が通用するとは思うなよ。
証拠を見せろって言ってんだよ、証拠。
証拠ならあります。臨転初日に私は小木曽次長が資料を抜き取る現場を目撃しました。何してるんですか？次長。
確か中西君だったな。見なかったことにしてもらえないかね。
え？
言うことを聞いてくれたら悪いようにはしない。だがもし誰かに話すというなら、あの5億の融資事故の責任を君にも取ってもらうことになる。出向先はどこがいいかね。
何言ってるんですか？
私は人事部次長だよ。それくらいどうとてもできる。
失礼します。お話って何でしょうか？
誰にも言ってないだろうね。
小木曽次長、もうこれ以上は。
今さら正義感を気取るのはやめてもらおう。忘れないでほしいが。
正義感。OK。正義感。
今さら正義感を気取るのはやめてもらおう。忘れないでほしいが、君はもう共犯なんだよ。持ち出しを止めなかった時点でね。
持ち出し。
君はもう共犯なんだよ。持ち出しを止めなかった時点でね。大丈夫。黙っててくれれば決して悪いようにはしない。私は何も知らんよ。それは作り話だろ。空想だ。
空想。Daydream。Okay。空想だ。
そんな発言は何も知らんよ。それは作り話だろ。空想だ。そんな発言は証拠にはならないぞ。だからさっきから言ってるだろ。誰もが納得する証拠を見せろよ、証拠。
小木曽次長、もうこれ以上は。
今さら正義感を気取るのはやめてもらおう。忘れないでほしいが、君はもう共犯なんだよ。持ち出し。
Now he'll be offended. How dare you record me? That's a violation of my privacy. He's gonna this always, gyakugire is always gonna be
止めなかった時点でね。大丈夫。黙っててくれれば決して悪いようにはしない。
課長、黙っていて申し訳ありませんでした。
よく話してくれた。まだ何か申し開きはありますか、小木曽次長。あんた人事部のくせに人を見る目がなかったようだな。私の部下はあんたに手なずけられるほどやわではなかったということだ。
手なずけ。手なずける。
あんたに手なずけられるほどやわではなかったということだ。
やわで
部下はあんたに手なずけられるほどやわではなかったということだ。どこかの誰かとは違うんですよ。相田検査役、あんたはどこまで知ってたんだ。
俺は何も
知らなかったらそれで許されるとは思うなよ。そもそも小木曽の言いなりで最初から結果ありきの裁量臨転を行ったあんたたち有志部の責任はどう取るつもりだ。裁量臨転を行ったあんたたち有志部の責任はどう取るつもりだ。この3日間で私たちを罵ったすべての発言。
罵った。罠 is a trap. 大声で非難する。また、yelled at, abused, cursed at. 罵した。
この3日間で私たちを罵ったすべての発言を謝罪してもらいましょうか。
それは改めて文書で。
今この場でだ。
すまなかった。
弁明の一つもできないのか。情けない男だ。
情けない男だ。Again, this is why people love this fucking show, is because they daydream about being able to just do this to people, be able to just like throw their own words back in their face. 情けない男。
おい、裁量臨転はこれで終わりだ。この件は私が預かる。
いいえ、そうは参りません。このくだらない裁量臨転がなぜ行われたのか、その本当の責任は誰にあるのか、それをきっちり追及していくつもりですから、よろしいですね。
きっちり。追及責任。
にあるのか、それをきっちり追及していくつもりですから、よろしいですね、浅野支店長。
そんなことより今の君は5億を回収する方が大事なんじゃないのかね。まあ好きにしたまえ。
じいじ来たよ。ママ早く早く。
何べんも間違えるな。お前のじいじは隣やろ。
ねえママ、この人じいじじゃないの？
たけしのおじいちゃんよ。たけしって名前もおじいちゃんがつけてくれたのよ。そうでしょ、お父さん。
優子、
どうしてもっと早く連絡してくれなかったの？
わしは父親失格や。お前に合わす顔なんか。
勝手に決めないで。悪いことした人だろうと、大嫌いな人だろうと看病くらいするわよ。看病くらいさせてよ。たった一人の娘なんだから。
すまん。すまん。しかしようここが分かったな。弁護士から聞いたんか？
ううん。半沢って人から連絡があって、お父さんの知り合いだって言ってたけど違うの？
知り合いなんかやるかい。ただのおせっかいな銀行員や。
ああ、木崎さん、半沢です。ああ、木崎さん、半沢です。ありがとうございます。よく調べてくれました。
これは結構ですよ。こっちの条件飲んでもらったんですから。それにしてもなんで小村のためにここまで。まあいいですけどね。おかげでいい記事が書けそうですよ。
中央銀行。That's not a good paper to let out. There it is. 東京中央銀行5億円の騙し取られる。そう待つな。Now, that is saying damashi, that maybe like swindled damashi torareru. I don't think they would put that in the paper because they're saying like this guy, the owner that like committed a crime. That's not a good idea. I don't see them doing that without proof. Ah, Wada-kun.
住吉区東手塚山。
どうも。
14の21の1。はい。わかりました。よろしくお願いします。また連絡します。
よ。
なんだよく来るな。こっちに飛ばされたか。
バカ言え。この間の後処理だよ。あん中じゃ俺が一番ペーペーだからさ。
40過ぎてパシリか。
Pashiri. Yeah, I know Pashiri is like a gopher or whatnot. It's just that it's like okay, it's like saying you're over 40 and he's not over 40, so 40過ぎてパシリか。
そういや、お前に知らせてやる。
40過ぎてパシリか。
そういや、お前に知らせてやろうと思ってさ。小木曽の出向が決まった。また一人バンカーが消えたな。
あいつの場合は自業自得だ。
だがな、半沢、人の不幸を喜んでる場合じゃないぞ。今回の流れでいやおうなくお前の5億の融資失敗っていうおめえが
いやおうなく
今回の流れでいやおうなくお前の5億の融資失敗っていうおめえが上層部で注目されちまった。しかもこの記事が出たせいで小木曽だけじゃなくお前も処分の対象に上がってる。ったく誰がこんな記事リークしたんだかな。なんだお前なんでこんなことしたら浅野の思うツボだろう。おい
思うツボ
どうする。なんで こんなことしたら浅野の思うツボだろ。おい、どうするつもりなんだよ。だいたい東田の居所だってまだつかめてないんだろ。
いや、もう分かってる
だろ。だから俺はずっと。
は？
え？
小村。うん。
小村？
これはすべて。
半沢が参りました。あちらが半沢でございます。
Oh no. He passed away.
これ父からです。短い時間でしたけど最後に家族に戻れました。半沢さんのおかげです。ありがとうございました。
これは金で買い物を融資してもらった例や。半沢藩、あんたはバカで一流のバンカーやった。
Yep, that's the location. So now they get to repossess it or something, maybe. So that's the address he was talking about on the phone, huh?
Honto baka da na. 引き換えに5億の情報をマスコミに漏らして自分。
Okay, exchange, right? Okay.
引き換えに5億の情報をマスコミに漏らして自分の首絞めるなんてお前らしいよ。
東田の居所を突き止めるためにやった。それだけのことだ。
分かってるよ。
はい。
半沢、あの住所バッチシや。おったであいつ。
今日肉は。そうですか。
それが東田のやつな。ねえ、妙なやつをつるんどるみたい。
妙なやつ？
俺の勘やけどな、あれ金融の人間ちゃうか。
金融。Wait a minute. Yona? Strange person. Wait.
妙なやつ。
東田のやつな。ねえ。妙なやつをつるんどるみたい。
妙なやつ？
俺の勘やけどな、あれ金融の人間ちゃうか。
Kanyake. My intuition. Kanyake. どう？あれ。金融 alone? Financing. 金融の
やつ。
俺の勘やけどな、あれ金融の人間ちゃうか。
金融。もしかして隠し口座に関係する人間でしょうか。
写真撮ったから送るわ。
There it is.
Nani? おい、どんなやつだよ。
やられたらやり返す。10倍返しです。
10倍返し。
浅野はバンカーとしてやってはならないことをした。
上司の失敗は部下の責任。
浅野が東田から見返りをもらっていたという証拠が欲しいんだ。
追い詰められた虎はどんな手を使ってくるかわかんねえぞ。
殺せよ、半沢。
もう時間がないぞ。
男に貢がせた金で店を出してもすぐに潰れるだけだ。
たかが銀行員に何がわかんのよ。そんなんで働く女性の気持ち本当に分かってんの？
隠し。
I really like that. I'm pretty sure it's all about sound effects. I mean, she could be doing it like very gently, but the sound effect can make it sound worse.
口座があるのかもしれません。
どこに協力するのが一番お利口さんかお分かりよね。
必ず証拠を見つけ出し、奴を引きずり落とします。
梶田さんをはねた自転車の人物を特定しています。
私のせいで犯罪者に。
名もなき徳、明日夜8時。
北海道警察2笑う警官。
Yeah, sure. Let's. Why not?
この後はエンパレ真夏のネタ祭り。まだ？鉄板ネタが連発する。夢やってるのはもう RG で手一杯や。8月10日から最速の高校生桐生出陣。
今経口補水液というのはいろいろありますが、描写用食品というのは科学的根拠があるんです。
脱水状態に経口補水液 OS1。まずは医師薬剤師にご相談を。
やっぱり OS1 ですね。
丸福証券からお知らせです。
NISA が注目の的ですが、始めるなら今。NISA でハッピーライフフェア開催中。NISA は丸福で決まりですね。
では
ずっと一緒に丸福。愛しても愛しても。
お、光だ。リーチコ、北善光寺、明らかに。
Sure, why not? Bunch of Japanese commercials. 2013.
さっぱり冷え冷え担々麺。さっぱりパリーの冷え冷え。スーッとスーッと。夏がスーッと夏ガスト。はい、元気ッキー。はい、夏ガストガストガスト。
N1。さあ皆さんお待ちかね。N1 の寝台入れ替え。今週は初の AKB48。寝台は N1。
ヘルシアってちょっと苦いよね。
でもその苦さが余分な脂肪を燃やしてくれる。
Oh, there he is.
高濃度チャカテキンの力。1日1本脂肪を消費しやすくするのはヘルシアだけ。だからヘルシア。
全てが一つに。
He's a very good actor. But he usually is playing. I see him in parts where he's playing a very angry person.
タブレットの気軽さを。
So he just yells a lot.
マイクロソフトオフィスを標準搭載。サーフェス RT。
RT. That Richard Gere. Toro-chan.
フランスの国民的炭酸オランジーナ。
しっかり寝たはずなのに体がだるーん。
その疲れに A の力。
いい感じ。
だるい重いと感じたらアリナミン A。
始めましょう。
ネスカフェアンバサダー。オフィスで美味しいコーヒー飲みませんか？こちらがネスカフェバリスタくん。バリスタくんがいればアイスもホットもいろんなカフェメニューが楽しめるんです。美味しい。しかも1杯約20円。ネスカフェアンバサダーに立候補するならこちらにアクセス。ネスカフェバリスタくんをオフィスで無料で使えます。アンバサダーになるとボトルコーヒーなどもいろいろお得に買えてしまうのです。オフィスに笑顔を届けます。ネスカフェアンバサダー。
ネスレ Good Food Good Life。そろそろ始めなきゃな。ちゃんとした化粧水。すっぴん褒めてほしいから。
みずみずしくピュアな透明感へ。
石器製すっぴん頑張っ。
Alrighty. There we go. Yeah, I wasn't really planning to play 3 minutes worth of commercials, but sure, why not? It's from 8 years ago. There we go. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, in fact, I remembered a few of those commercials, but yeah, it's been a while. In fact, it was like one of them had the actor who's playing Iwata-kun. So Iwata, I'm calling Iwata-kun just because he's an asshole. So I like this. His character is not the actor is probably a decent bloke or anything, but yeah, can't. It's easy to get the feeling like you want to put the character onto the actor. That's a bad idea to do though. But yeah, that's everything. That was the 3 videos covered this episode. I started this about, let's see, what is the about 3.5 hours ago. So, but again, when I do, is what happens is after the live stream, after I do the thing for upload to YouTube, what I do for those of you on YouTube, this is what happens is during the live stream, after I cut off the part where I'm going to upload to YouTube, then after that I play the audio. So that's about 16 to 18 or 16 to 20 minutes of the audio of what I just did the let's read on, but just having it play through, and then I take a quick break and whatnot, but then I get back and I'll find out on the script or the transcript where I'm at, and then I'll be reading along with the audio as well. But I'm not pausing or looking up anything I don't know. So that's just a good habit to get into if you do these let's read. So just as I was mentioning of if you want to do all Japanese half the time, the idea of like, okay, let's watch. If you're going to watch anything in Japanese, you basically watch stuff in Japanese, and for episodes, watch them with the Japanese audio. Watch it twice, but then the first time you watch it with English subtitles to build the comprehension, and the second time watch it without the subtitles. That's your immersion in comprehensible material. And so the benefit of doing something like that is like you can do this at any time in your Japanese level. So from the very beginning, intermediate, and advanced levels, you can be doing something like that, and it works quite well because what you'll find at the beginning is like, okay, you're not going to get too much out of it. But you are watching stuff in Japanese, so you start noticing the way people talk, the expressions, the connections, the particles, and then also the basic words that you have learned. Because once you build up to about the first 500 words, you use 50% of the time. So those are going to be showing up all over the place. So those will be very important to start. So during that first time, which you're trying to build up the basic grammar and the basic vocabulary, that's going to be showing up in the stuff you're watching, you're immersing in, and then. Also, when you get up to the second level, when you build up your comprehensions up to like 65%, 1 out of or 2 out of every 3 things that you run into. Again, more and more of the immersion you're going to be getting out of that. It's not like you're going to learn Japanese, but what happens is you see the Japanese that you do comprehend appear in the audio. In addition to when you're comprehending, you might make connections, so you actually might learn some stuff. I'm not expecting you to learn too much, but you will learn a little bit. From watching the same episode twice, the first time because you hear this phrase in English or whatever your native language is, then you also hopefully are hearing the Japanese audio, so you might make it, oh, okay, yeah, you can then connect the two's meaning. Then the second time you're just hearing just the audio while watching the show, and then it's like, oh, okay, and it kind of hopefully sinks in a little bit more. But yeah, you do that episode by episode. You don't want to do it like you watch an entire series. You don't want to watch like a 10 episode series all in Japanese but with English subtitles, and then go back watch the series again when all in Japanese. Do it episode by episode, so that anything you did happen to quickly learn during that first watch, you then reinforce it through that second watch, because it's going to be a very short time frame in between the two, so you'll definitely have remembered it. And then you continue it on through a series, like binge a series and just build that up, and you're going to find that's pretty useful. What I'm doing here with the let's read is kind of similar in the idea, though, because I'm doing it in a different way. It's not like watching something in English with English subtitles, but I am using an English dictionary and a Japanese dictionary, but so there is some English involved. So I need to go back and re-experience it, preferably re-watch the show. That would be great. Like after I do this let's read, re-watch the show. I think I mentioned that before, but even when I'm doing now where I do a reread, but I'm just reading it without pausing. That's also a good thing to try to do. If you ever read through a book and you look up every word, go back and reread the same chapter, but don't look up stuff. Just read the chapter once more for fun. I think you'll find it's an interesting experience. So yeah, it's that as well. Like I can go back to the 32-minute mark here, and then I'd play the audio, and then boom, it's just blank. It's just that I don't intend to upload. I do that on Twitch. I just don't upload that to YouTube. Just because I feel like I'm just only reading. And yeah, the audio's compact audio, so it'll be skipping over parts that are the downtime. It's not playing the video. I'm actually just playing the audio. But again, that's just not something I don't think is appropriate for YouTube. Because again, I playing on the idea like, okay, when I'm doing it the other way, the way you see me on YouTube, it's like I'm pausing, I'm looking up stuff, I'm offering commentary. If it's just me reading along with the audio playing and not offering any type of interaction, that's kind of going against the spirit of the copyright, in my opinion. Anyway, so that's why I do it that way. Beyond that, yeah, it's really not much more to add. So I'm going to stop that there. I'm going to stop the video here. This is Thanks for listening to me, by the way. Okay, so tomorrow should start, for those of you on YouTube and also on Twitch, tomorrow's going to be episode 4. It looks like from the previews, that's the final episode, so maybe this was a 4-episode story. And so then, if that's the case, I'm going to stop the episodes at episode 4, if that's the end, and then the next story starts with episode 5, then I'll do it that way. So then that's fine. I'm completely okay with that. It's unusual because I want it to where these are complete stories, because I know that there's a story for part 1 of the series, there's a story for part 2 of the series for season 1, and then season 2 is very similar, where there's a complete story for each half of the season. And in fact, there's also a special story, but it's kind of its own thing. But I'm not going to do the special, most likely, he says, but maybe he will. Maybe I will. Okay, if I ever do season 2 of Hanzawa Naoki, yeah, I will do the special, because it wasn't a bad. The special was actually pretty decent as the story goes. There's just that you don't have Hanzawa Naoki in it. He's kind of referred to it, but yeah, he appears in like a little bit, but that's about it. The story's not about him. Beyond that, yeah, there's really not much to add. This was fun. Like I said, I just recommend people. You say it, like, I am not that good at Japanese, all right, but I'm having fun. If you've watched these videos, I'm having a blast, like watching the story unfold, and then I have such a higher level of comprehension that I understood the story. I know the overall story, but the fine details I was missing out on because my level of Japanese wasn't there. But I brought the fine details out by looking it up, sentence by sentence if need be, or replaying, and then so that now my level of comprehension from here on out, if I ever watch this video again, and I will be watching this video again, it's just at a much higher level. That's all, and it's as close to Japanese as understanding as possible, in my opinion. And again, it's fun, it's enjoyable, and it wasn't a drain. So I do recommend it if you ever get a chance. When you get up to, and again, I mentioned have about 2,000 or 4,000 words under your belt before if you want to try this Let's Read in the way in which you see me do it. That's my recommendation. And it's not anything egotistical. It's just saying, like, when you're at that level, you're not fighting every single sentence, every word in every sentence. All right, and because that could be draining. We're just going through 5 or 10 minutes of audio could take you an hour. Can be feeling, draining on you about the amount of effort you got to put in just to comprehend a single episode. That said, you get better. It does get better, but you got to consistently build up your vocabulary through directed study, structured study. That'll help, build the immersion so you're used to all the reading and the listening that it's going to help. The more you do that, the easier it is to read and listen to Japanese. And then, after that, you'll slowly get better. It's all about time. After that, it's a numbers game. It's not about when you started, it's how much you did since you've started. Okay. So, if someone said they've been studying for 2 years, but it was like a half hour a week or an hour a week, well, yeah, they're not going to be that great. I know that. I know they're not going to be that great. But if you're doing like they started 2 years ago, but they started 6 months ago, they've been doing 2 hours of study a day in addition to doing this immersion, the one-to-one immersion that I was talking about, and they've been doing that for 6 months. Hell yeah, they'll be much better after 6 months than that one person that was just started 2 years ago who's just doing an hour a week. It's just a numbers game there. We just add up the numbers. It's just how it works. It's not about how long, it's how much you did since in that time. Just remember that. And to get better at Japanese, you're dealing with hundreds or thousands of hours. Yeah, the structured study may not be that level, but the amount of immersion you're going to have to do, the amount of reading and listening you're going to have to do to comprehensible material, and material you make more and more comprehensible, is going to be at a large number. And the more you do it, though, the better you're going to see the impact of it. Okay? Anyway, thank you all for watching. For those of you on YouTube, if you enjoy this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy this series, subscribe to see more. If you like what I'm doing to help the Japanese language learning community, you can support that via the Patreon, link in the description. There's links to the community Discord and the website as well. And that last link is if you'd like to talk to me one-on-one, either Facebook, on Discord or Skype, whatever, Zoom. And it can be over any subject, help you start out, or maybe help you change gears, change direction, how you want to approach learning, helping you with setting up material or resource I talk about, whatever. That's what it's for. Okay, so those of you on Twitch also, I'll see you tomorrow for episode 4. And for YouTube also, I'll see you for the first part of episode 4. Thank you all very much. And yeah, again, till later. All right, bye guys.